All right, it's Joe, the 50 something Dasher, here with another video and another one of my daily recap videos. I recorded one of these yesterday, and the finished product, there was a problem with the audio not matching the video. So there really wasn't much to tell from yesterday. I'll just kind of quickly recap, but I did 13 orders for $94. It was kind of like a crappy day. I did one of the funny stories that was in that was I did well, it wasn't a minimum order. It was like $3 CVS shopping order, just one item. It was tampons. So, and I talked about in that video, I don't know why they don't assign those to female dashers, but it is what it is. But it ended up being really easy. I found the item right away. The delivery was just like 2 blocks down, so it was really easy. Then the other kind of crazy story that I mentioned was I had a delivery where I was I was on a main road highway approaching my turn, and the road was closed. But not like if I would have turned, like not the whole road, just maybe like 1,000 feet or something like that. Not even like 2/10 of a mile. And the housing community I was delivering to was just beyond that. So and I didn't know that that was closed. So I had to keep going, and I went on a 4.5 mile detour behind some speed limit driver that kept gawking to the side on everything he was passing, and 4.5 miles to come around to get to that housing community. And the order was still on time. It was part of a stack as well. That order and the next order were both on time miraculously. But anyway, now to today's dash, September 8th, and this was crazy. Talk about the best of the best and the worst of the worst happening in one dash. Just I set two records today, which I'll get to, for the largest payout on a single order and also the most money that I've made for one day. But the day wasn't without some challenges. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so starting off here with a speedway decline. I mean, no explanation necessary on that. Then I took a 5.50 McDonald's, dollar per mile. Just a typical run of the mill order. And you see, I started early. I started the dash at 5:30 this morning. So you see, that's I got that offer at 5:45 this morning. I was logged in for all total. It was like 9 hours 59 minutes total dash time today between the two dashes. Um, yeah, there was two dashes, and that's another problem that I'll get to. Then I had three straight declines. I don't know what was up with the bad Jolly Pirate offers today, but there's one or two more bad ones from there after this. But 12 miles for only $8, and then what was the next one? Again, if that would have been even just $7, I might have taken that. Um, no explanation needed on this one. Look at this. I was watching a YouTube video when that offer came across, so that's why that got into the screenshot there. Kind of funny. And then now this order was interesting here. This was a pretty good order. You see, this was for two orders, and it doesn't. I don't know. To some dashers, maybe this wouldn't be the best offer in the world. 17 miles, and it's two different orders. But when I looked at this, it's only three items. So I think for that reason, that's kind of why I took it, and just to get me, close to 20 bucks on one offer. I went in there, I went to the bathroom first, come out of there and clicked on my start shopping. One of the customers was just a bottle of pain reliever, and then the other customer was some lemonade and a 12 pack of K Cups coffee. And that was it, done. Out of there, deliver those orders easy. Um, and I would make up for mileage in a big way a little bit later on in the second dash, which I'll get to. um, okay, next was this. I took this, of course, McDonald's offer. I don't have anything in the notes, but must not have been anything about the delivery. I didn't put anything in my notes for that. Well, okay, so after I deliver this, I get the message from DoorDash to switch zones if I want to switch zones. And I've I've started out in another zone one other time, but today was the first time I figured, well, you know what, screw it. I haven't tried this before. Let's just try it. And like I said, it's been months ago that when I started in another zone, and very first order I got screwed on. It was like it was like a kind of like a Panera type of place, but a bagel place, but it was a mom and pop. And I got screwed on that. Had to wait in there. They weren't helping me. I got frustrated. I logged off and came back to my zone. I was like, screw this. And similar situation happens here. Well, you know what? If DoorDash is saying it's busier in this zone, let's go ahead and try it. Let's do the switch zone just to see what happens. And I got burned again. So this is what I got: a stacked. I deliver that order, I switch zones, and then I get this stack, which is a $6 and an $8 Wendy's. So 14 bucks, two Wendy's orders. And the mileage isn't that horrible. So I get to the Wendy's, and this is so these offers come across this. So I get this one, and I probably was. You can see here I was almost to the Wendy's when I got this stack, and I pull in there, and early in the morning, it's kind of aggravating, these different places, how they're open drive through only to a certain time, and then they open up the lobby. It's just, all you guys know what I'm talking about if you've been doing this for very long, and you dash in the mornings. But I always try all the doors before I'll go through a drive through. I'm almost sure on these orders the instructions said to try the lobby. I didn't screenshot it, but I'm almost sure of that. I try one door, it's locked. I go around, go for the other door, it's open. I go in there, okay? I go to the bathroom first, then I stand at the counter, I'm waiting and waiting. I'm standing there like over 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and nobody's saying anything to me. A couple of them look at me a couple times, but they don't say anything. Then finally somebody says, sorry, the lobby's closed actually. And then I just, kind of go like this and sigh, roll my eyes, tilt my head back, and I start walking away, and she sees the close, and she, oh, wait a minute, are you DoorDash? And I'm like, yes, and like my back's turned to her, yes, I'm DoorDash. Well, no, just stop right there. You can stop. You can wait inside here for the order. And I don't even come back towards the counter. I sit at a table that's halfway to the exit. And because I'm a little bit irritated at this point. I sit down, then it's like 8 minutes goes by. and before they even ask who I'm there for. Now, just a minute or so prior to that, DoorDash gave me the opportunity to drop one of the orders and I took it. So now when they check in with me at 8 minutes, I only got one name now. And I give them that name. Then another, like, 3 minutes goes by or whatever. And then I do my 10-minute drop on that. And you can drop. You're only required to wait at these places for 10 minutes, and then you can drop without penalty to your completion rate. And I'll still at some point make a video about that. And I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I got today's. I dropped a couple orders, and I'll get to the other one here. It was Little Caesars. I'll get to that in a little bit. But on both of these today, I had to drop through. I dropped through the chat like I normally do, but today it had to be with a live agent, which was different than my 10-minute drops before. It was just all automated with the robot response messages. But today was different, live agent 10-minute drops. And then I got, let's see, uh, this order. I decided to come back to my zone. I still hadn't in the systems switched zones yet. I was still logged into the other zone, but I came back to my home zone and I got this order, and which I went ahead and took because it was like coming back towards my house here. And so I went ahead and took that. And I almost had to drop this one. I go past the 10 minutes. This particular Tim Hortons location, this is my worst pickup location in my zone, but I'll still go there. But they prioritize the foot traffic and the drive-through traffic. DoorDash drivers, any kind of delivery, they come last. If there's any foot traffic, any drive-through traffic, that's who the orders they're working on. It's really aggravating. So I go past my 10 minutes. I'm trying to drop again with the agent, but then the order became ready, and then so I just went ahead and took it. And then I parked somewhere, public parking lot, and tried to switch over back into my zone. I couldn't figure out how to do that. I was, clicking on different shit, and I couldn't switch back. So I just logged off, and so that to that point, so that first dash of today was $35.19 was my total. And that's another benefit of being the top dasher because at that time, there was too many dashers in this zone. And had I not been a top dasher, I wouldn't have been able to just jump right back on like I did. In fact, I jumped back on and I never seen this before, but like at the bottom of the screen where it shows your hotspots, underneath that, at the very bottom of my screen, I saw like a message. There are a lot of drivers logged in at the moment. You may have to wait an extra long amount of time for an order or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but I never seen that before. Um, I came back home, and then next was this Dollar General order, and I went ahead and took that because only 3 items, but it is kind of aggravating because 2 of the items were out of stock, so I had to get with the customer and substitutions and kind of a little bit too much, more trouble than what this order ended up being worth. Um, then just as kind of like a run of the mill order right here that I took. Here's the next Jolly Pirate decline. I look at this. 770, 12 miles going clear up here, like north of fucking Lincoln Village. No, I ain't doing that one. We're still only at 10 o'clock in the morning here. Okay, then I get my record-breaking order, my all-time biggest order. So I get this, and look at the time here, 10:19. Okay, that's important. So I'm at home, I believe. What? I can't remember. I might have been, I think I was here at home. I think I come back a second time when I got this order. I was here. And I seen Chipotle come across, and it's funny. I told my wife, I was like, "This better be a catering order." And I go to look at my phone, and sure enough, this is what I see. And one item. So not sure. I think it was actually really two, technically. I'm not sure why that said one item. Lady at Arby's for one of my orders that I'll get to. She gave me a free drink. Um, but anyway, okay, so I go to the Chipotle. I go right away to that Chipotle to get this order. I pull up. It's like right before 10:30. And I know the other this is the earliest I've ever tried to get an order at this Chipotle, but I know the other one doesn't open until 10:45. So I try the door and it's locked. I look at the hours, sure enough, 10:45. This is a catering order with a hidden tip, so I'm gonna wait on this order. But I had 15 minutes to kill, so I figure I just mess around with. As you can tell, I like messing with DoorDash support. I contact them a lot, as you'll find out in my videos. Um, I got 15 minutes, so why not? So I get on a chat, and I'm trying to find out why at 10:20, not even 10:20 in the morning, you would send somebody an order for a place that doesn't open until 10:45. Okay, and I don't know. It the DoorDash representative I talked to, it I think maybe in their system it was showing 10:30 for an opening time. I'm not 100% for sure. But basically, I just said, okay, if it is showing 10:30, could you just have somebody update that in the system? Okay. But I think it was more of a Chipotle thing than DoorDash actually. 10:45, I doors open, I get the order. Now this was a big order. I took a picture of the items page here, and look at this. Now see how now this is Chipotle's invoice right here, and they have 10:30 listed here. So again, why would you do this if it opens at 10:45? I don't know. But anyway, look at this. And they gave me the order in these two long, catering boxes. 35 burritos. Look at this. 10 chicken, 5 carnitas, 8 steak, 8 barbacoa, 4 veggie. 35 burritos, 18 bags of chips. All of these are 18. 18, sides of green, sides of guac, and sides of sour cream, and the chips. 18 of each of those. 70 napkins. The 2 burrito boxes, of course, and then 4 cardboard inserts, whatever that is, and the marketing insert, which might be this, or it might have been another advertisement in there. I don't know. But anyway, one of the staff was nice enough to carry one of the boxes out to my car with me. So we each carried a box, loaded in my car. So I didn't know how heavy this was until I get to the customer. I wasn't sure which door to go into. So I knew this was going to be fairly heavy, so I called the customer first before I start manhandling these to a wrong door. So I got the instruction and get the boxes out, and these must have weighed combined, like it had to have been like, it felt like to me like 60, 70 pounds. And but I may be old, but I was still strong enough to carry that to the door and delivered and everything. I was out of breath when I was telling the kid, hey, have a nice day and yada yada. And then so here's the final payout. Check it out, $59 tip. 6706. That's my highest paying single order since I've been dashing. The previous, I don't remember offhand the exact amount, but the previous high, it was actually like a stacked catering order where one of them paid, like combined, the two of them was $96. And like uh, one of them was like, I want to say like maybe like 54 and $54. The other one was like 42 or something like that. I'm probably off by a few dollars, but the higher of the two was in the 50s. And so this one blows that away. $67. That's my new high for one order by at least $8 to $10. um, so we'll close those out. And so next was another Jolly Pirate drop. No thanks. Going near downtown. It the start of my busy lunch hour. I mean, there's no way I'm taking that. And plus I just had that $67 whatever order, so I'm not taking a crap order right after that. Another drop. No thanks on this. I took a hit on my acceptance rate today. I started the day at like 74, 75, something like that, and finished at 71. Then I took this stack order. I didn't get them both right away. So I got this at 11:13. This came in 4 minutes later. When you can see again, I'm at the first pickup. So $9 for these two orders. That wasn't bad. No problems with those drop offs. Now we get to three straight. Again, another series of drops. This one, no good. Next one. This, I just didn't want to mess with Bob Evans for only $4. It's not in a, it's a little, I don't know. I don't want to say the place is hard to get to, but it's like an area I don't want to be in. I don't have good cell phone signal there. I just didn't want to mess with Bob Evans for only $4. And then this one, again, $4, just didn't want to mess with it. Then we get to this. I took this. I know it looks raunchy as hell. 575, 5.7, two pickups. So I know. You don't have to tell me this. It looks raunchy, okay? But I figured, you can see I was kind of far away from there. So I figured by the time, let me take it. Because once I get here, the two pickups are on top of each other practically, and the customer's right next to them. So it's all the miles is just getting over to that side of town. And I figured the Caesars would be done by the time I get there. The UDF for sure. I get to Caesars, they tell me like 5 to 10 minute wait. Okay, and they seem kind of busy. I stand in there, I wait and wait and wait. I wait to about like probably about 7 8 minutes, and then they DoorDash gives me the option to drop. I'm like, okay, drop, thank you. Head over to UDF. I'm thinking, well, maybe this might be at least $3.50, maybe even like $4. I might still get just out of the UDF. I get over there, they haven't even started shopping it yet. It was like 3 or 4 items, and they had like some young girl that was going to start shopping it, and she was struggling. She wasn't familiar with the different kinds of monsters, like which colors of cans was which flavors and that type of thing. They had to help her, and long story short, uh, the customer got like two, I think it was like 2 drinks or maybe 3 and a thing of ice cream. All they had was the ice cream. They didn't have any of the other items. So I messaged the customer, and he was like, well, you can just go ahead and cancel the order then. I said, well, I can't cancel it on my end. You need to cancel it. Or if you have problems, you can contact DoorDash support. Um, Well, I'm sitting there waiting and waiting. He doesn't cancel it, and now I'm gone past my 10 minutes. So now I have to do a drop, and again I'm dropping through the chat with a live agent, and the agent says that they need to call the store to verify my story. The store's phone rings, and the lady starts talking to somebody, but it's not DoorDash. It's some like prank caller or somebody being stupid. And I'm standing there waiting, and finally the agent takes the order off of me and says, well, I'm taking the order off of you. We'll give you half pay. I'm like, okay, thanks. And I don't find out until after my dash was over. I didn't look at it until then, but I got $1. All of this trouble right here, and I probably wasted like over a half hour on this, and all I got for my half hour plus of trouble on these two, horrendous orders, I got $1 out of it. That's what I'm saying. Today was the worst of the worst and the best of the best, all in one freaking day. Then I take this, the original hot chicken. At first I have no idea what this was, but $12, 10 miles, I'll do it. And at this point, I needed a longer trip like this. I needed, okay, yeah, I'll take this. Give me a 12-mile trip, or 10 mile, I'm sorry. I can just be in my car for 10 miles and 8 or 10 miles coming back, and I can just kind of cool down and kind of do like a mental reset after the struggles I'd had to that point. Well, it turns out to be Frisch's Big Boy, and I pick it up, and a very familiar drop off. It drops off to the prison. I've been there probably close to 10 times on previous orders, so that was a very good way for me to like wind down and regroup. Then I actually got a second catering order. So heck yeah, man. 2 catering orders in one day, I'll take it. Hidden tip. I go to pick up that order. The staff in there was really cool with me. There was a guy in there that it was six pizzas and two boxes of bread, and then this big bag of like salads, and then another bag that had all the plates and napkins and all that kind of thing. The guy was helping me load the pizzas into my. Fortunately, I have two pizza bags, which is now come in handy. I'm glad I got that second one, and that was free. I'll talk about that when I do my equipment video. He helped me with that. This lady was loading my catering bag with the salads and stuff. And then, kind of a funny story, she misplaced her phone. And at one point, thought maybe she put it accidentally inside that bag with the salads. And I hung around for a minute to see, I would have been okay with them researching all of the stuff. But the guy was like, "Well, no, it's probably not in this stuff. It's the phone's probably somewhere else. You can go ahead and take off." So I took off. I go to the customer and I tell the customer, "Hey, I know this is going to sound crazy, but if you find a phone, yada yada." Um, she searched the salad bag while I went back to my car to get the pizzas, and I came back and she said, "No, there wasn't a phone in here." So then, and then the payout ended up being $40 on that. So, and it's nice anytime both of these delivering to businesses. And that's what's nice about these large orders going to a business is a lot of times these are probably being paid for on a company account, and they'll just do like I don't know, 20 to 30%, driver tip, because it's coming out of a business account, so they don't mind too much tipping a driver $36. So hell yeah, man, that's over $100 just on those two orders today. Then I wasn't sure if I was after that, if I was going to make my way back home, or I decided to wait like in a medical office area just for a few minutes, and then just waited there a minute or two, and I get this order, which I was like, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and take this. 26 items, but I bet there's some multiples in there, so I'll take it. It ended up being 20 items. They were all on the grocery side. I didn't really have much of a problem shopping that. So the delivery, everything went well with that. So hell yeah. Um, then coming back from that, I had a decline. I don't know. The next couple offers, I don't know why the map wouldn't load, but I was tempted to take this just to see what this would be. What would I pick up from Sally Beauty? I think I've picked up there one time before, I want to say. But if I did take that, it would have just been like a out of curiosity type of thing, and I would have ate the 4 miles just to be curious. But I didn't take it. I kind of knew better on that. Then this decline here. Or no, I'm sorry. I took this. And less than 2 miles, and yeah, easy peasy on the pickup and delivery on this one. So quick, easy, 450. This next one, I I I took this. I I should have known better. I took this. I figured. I was like, well, if this would have been a different grocery store, 12 items, $6, there's no way. But I figured, Well, it's Aldi's. It's a smaller store. Everything's, to get, it's not as much ground to cover. Let me take it. Screw it. I get there, first item, bag of salad, okay? I'm off and running. I got my first item. Second item is these like bottles of some kind of like flavored water. I go to like two different places where I think that would be, and I don't see it. Okay, let's skip it, and I'll start doing the other stuff. And then next thing was these package of cheddar cheese blocks. I go to where the cheese is. I don't see it. This is later on. We're closing in on 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So I've been dashing since 5:30 in the morning. When I do these shopping orders late in a shift like this, I have a really extremely short fuse because I get tired. It's been a long day. I've already made over $200 here. So, I mean, I'm dropping it. Well, I drop next. And that, you know, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I might not get anything else if I drop this, but I actually did, and I made out better than had I stayed on this order because what happened was I got this $5 Arby's. Even just this alone, this $5 Arby's is a better order than 6.25 Aldi's, in my opinion, and less mileage too. But and then when I was on my way to that, it got stacked with a. So this was, what was this? 4 minutes later. I was probably just arriving at the Arby's when I got this, and I got a hidden tip Pizza Hut and only 2 additional miles. So by dropping that, I'm gonna get probably at least $15 here instead of the 6 on these two orders. And when I scheduled the second dash, I just scheduled it till 3:30, so I knew that these would be probably my last two orders. Um, and then so the hidden tip on that, so it ended up actually being, I thought this wasn't a big order. It was just like one of those party boxes with like 3 medium pizzas. So I figured the hidden tip would only be a quarter or something like that, but the DoorDash actually hid close to $4 on that, so it is a $13 order. Drop that off. That was my last order, and we get to my final stats here for the second dash. This is awesome, man. 11 deliveries, $191. So you combine the two together, and it was 227.49 for the day, which was my record. Oh, I gotta do a pose here for the thumbnail video for the thumbnail photo for this video, I should say. Let's do like a pose. Let's do that. So like I said, 227.49. Mileage driven today was only 140 miles. So I was way, ahead on goal on that, like by like 87 miles under goal. So that's awesome because I went over on mileage yesterday. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, the worst of the worst today and the best of the best. Thankfully, ended up being a record-setting day, and that finishes my work week this week. Again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and until the next video.